gun. Take the cannoli. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
What's good, everybody? Sorry about taking a week off there, but we're back and we're going over the Agatha All Along predictions, as well as going to talk up a little bit of Penguin and go over the predictions for episode 5. So, again, my bad I wasn't on last week to go over the predictions. Dude, I got hit with a head cold that I feel like I'm still recovering from. But anyway, back on now, trying to keep it steady and jump on like once a week for you and go over this. I really should do this a little bit quicker after the predictions come in, but either way, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and add the predictions up on the screen. Get this looking better. 1 second. Make it so it's actually visible for you guys. All right, so as you can see, we had Daniel Fisher, Ducky Momo, Star Wars Santa, Skywalker's Academy, and myself getting predictions this week. I actually got it in the last possible second. Kind of funny. But hey, it is what it is. We count it. All right, so is Wanda mentioned in this episode? Pretty sure she wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going to go ahead and give a 1 point to all the no's. And then, is there a human character killed in this episode? Don't believe a human got killed. Looked like whatever that demon thing was died. So Noah's going to get the 1 point as well. And then, is teen speech censored in any way from Agatha? So I forgot what they called this, but it was like a sigil. So sigilling, that's what it was. And it did happen again in this episode, at least once. So yeses are going to get the point here. I'm on fire so far, right? No points so far. So you guys are whooping my ass. All right. Does Rio show up? Yes, she did. So yeses get a point there. Does a Westview citizen besides Mrs. Hart from WandaVision cameo? No, so everybody got a point there. Practically turn that into a gimme point at this point. It is what it is. And the next question we had was, do we get a reference parody of a horror or movie show? Just in case you guys were wondering, last week, you did get a point if you said yes for that one, because that scene where she goes and looks at the crib and sees the Darkhold, that was a parody of or I guess a reference to Rosemary's Baby. So that was a reference, not this episode, but the last one. And I don't believe we had one in this episode, so speak up if I'm wrong there. But I was watching for it, and I don't remember seeing one specifically to a horror movie. So I think Daniel Fisher is the only one taking a point home here. Again, hit me up in the chat, message me later if I messed it up, and we'll fix it. All right, and then we had yet to be seen. Wow, look at oh, I mean, I said yes as well. So I put in just for fun here, the Star Wars Santa beat Nerd Mafia this week. Everybody said yes, including me, except for Daniel Fisher, and we'll come back and look at that after this. You know what? We'll go ahead and make his color here red, and mine, how about green? That way I just can look at it easier later. All right. And then, do we see the Salem 7? No's get the point here. Is the Darkhold mentioned? Also, don't believe it was. Again, hit me up. Let me know if I'm wrong there. So, give no's a point here as well. Is Jimmy Woo in this episode? Here's another free point for everybody. Does a witch use his or her power? So this one's like almost controversial, right? But you see them like doing some witchy stuff, but it's really like witchcraft. Like they're using spells, but they're not actually like, none of them really have powers that they've displayed at this point, except maybe the clairvoyant one, but we don't really totally understand that. So I don't know, man. I don't know if that counts. So going with one for the nose. This keyboard's annoying me. There we go. All right. And then next, is there a flashback in this one? And do not believe we got one. So nose are going to get the point there. I was thinking we might have got one in this episode. His teen's identity reveal. Looks like it's too soon for that. So everybody got a point there, correctly saying no. All right, how many more I got here? All right, trying not to reveal the answer here, or the answer to the Santa question. All right, so fill in the blank. Daniel Fisher had the coven gets attacked by monsters of some sort. Oh, not monsters, but monster. So we'll give him the point there. Alcohol appears in this episode. Akimomo. I don't think so, right? Oh, what am I giving you a point for? I don't think there was. Another of the witches dies, or apparently dies. I thought this was going to happen too. Me and Santa had the same thing without even talking to each other about it. So that's kind of funny. Rio wants to go a different way. I don't think that was the case either. I think Daniel Fisher is the only one pulling out a point with the fill in the blank answer here. Next one was, is there a Mephisto reference? And I believe that was, everybody got a point there. We only got one reference, one episode so far. All right, so, oh man, what do I do if we tied? So, pretty close this week with everybody. We got 3 9s and 2 8s, and me and Santa are the ones with the two least amount of points here. I don't know how that worked out. So I don't know how to do this. I'm thinking just nobody gets a point for this. Yeah, I mean, nobody's really, it's a push. So nobody gets a point here. Unfortunately. No point for the yeses, no point for the no's. I'm gonna keep that in there though. I think it's a fun question. I like the betting. As far as the leaderboard goes, I can go back here. Actually, I'll throw that up on the Discord later for you guys to see where we're at. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a big seismic change here because we were pretty close in points. But let's go ahead and just talk about this episode though. This show really in general. I'm really like just surprised at like how much I'm still on board with this. I mean, it's not a show that's like blowing you away like a Marvel classic, instant classic show. But at the same time, it's like it's not trying to be what it's not. It's doing just enough to like keep me interested. You know, like I don't even want to call it mid. Like I mean, they said it's going to be a witch show. It's a witch show. It's right about this right time for it, right season, Halloween season. The chemistry with Abby Plaza and Catherine Hahn is kind of fun to watch. So I mean, all in all, I'm not mad at the show at all. Definitely interested to see what opens up with Teen and seeing like who or what he actually is. Got a feeling he's going to end up being just kind of what you would think he was coming into it. Like he'll end up most likely being like Billy Kaplan and you know, being like a reincarnated version of like Wanda's kid. Not really sure how that ties into the sigil on his mouth though. That's the part that's got me really confused. like who would have done that. I think they mentioned in the past episode it's kind of like an amateur thing to do. So maybe that's like alluding to Wanda, but I don't know. They got a lot to pull off in explaining that one and making that all line up. Maybe I need to get some more videos out there talking about that and just kind of pontificating on what that was is all about. And then of course, if they do that, then we gotta like, are they gonna bring in his brother too, quick, for speed? I don't know. But I mean, like I said, all in all, it's like I think this cast is actually like they've got good chemistry together, especially Albie Plaza and Catherine Hahn. It's it's something I kind of look forward to for nice little like half hour, 45 minutes once a week. Nothing I said not blowing me away, but not making me angry either. It's keeping me interested. So I'm curious to see where it ends up. I will say though, looking beyond it, the Penguin is been like amazing, man. I might have to start switching up my thumbnails just to talk about that. Um, yeah, definitely recommend if you're not watching that show, start watching that show. Um, definitely like Sopranos meets DC. It's cool watching like the Penguin like first of all, like Colin Farrell in this fat suit and makeup. If I didn't know like going into it, it was him already, I would have no idea it's him. Like he blowing me away. There's just the acting job he's doing, like the skill, like the talent this guy has. Um, the story is interesting. It's got like just that mob background, like kind of like almost like The Sopranos, where they're just humanizing this villain, not making him like a metahuman though. I mean, besides whatever the hell's going on with his foot. Um, only thing you really have to compare it to in my brain is kind of like if you watch that show like Gotham, you get like somewhat of a version of what they're trying to depict here, but not the same at all. Um, it's gritty, dirty. Like I like it so far. Really, really into it. Actually, when the game was like rain delayed on Sunday night, I usually just watch the show like later in the day or Monday. As soon as I saw the rain delay go up, it's like, oh, Penguin time. Just switched over. So that's cool having something on HBO to look forward to on Sundays again. And yeah, man, that's kind of the state of my nerddom right now. That and just getting into some comics. I've been thinking about actually jumping on here and just when I pick up like my comic books that I've been getting into, like some of the series I've been following, maybe just doing some streams here where I just legit just like read the comics with you guys. There's a couple runs I'm into, mostly like the ultimate runs, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, and just straight up the Ultimates. And then I've also been reading a little bit of Venom War, which is just a 5-part series. A little bit cheesier, but still kind of fun. Maybe I'll start bringing those up and just doing a quick stream with you guys going over that when I go to pick them up. It's usually like about once a month. Um, yeah, but anyway, if you're waiting for me to go over like the new questions, let's go ahead and do that now. Switch up the screen real quick. Get this one. I might have to do a little bit of editing of questions here too. All right. So first things first. Actually, let's look at these questions before I do anything. So as Wanda mentioned, we can keep that in. It's a human character kill. I think that's appropriate to keep in. Is teen speech censored from Agatha in any way? Maybe we could shorten that up, actually. I'll just call it that. It's teen speech sigiled censored just to make it a little bit easier. Does Rio show up? I mean, like, she's there now. So maybe we get rid of this one. Maybe we change it. Put a pin in that, come back to it. It's a Westview citizen besides Miss Hart. I think we're going to leave that in there just because at some point it's got to come. The reference to a parody of a horror movie show. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, this is pretty much a yes. Do we see the Salem 7? We'll leave that in. Darkhold, already have it once, so we might as well leave that there too. Jimmy Woo, I'll stick with it. Does a witch use his or her powers? I'm not sure about this one. So, I mean, we probably won't see this until the end. Might make things more confusing. If I change that to witchcraft, it seems like they're doing that every single episode. So, we'll leave it, I guess. Maybe we'll get surprised because Rio's in the picture now too. So she could end up using her powers. I'm sorry, I'm still coughing here, guys. Is there a flashback? I think that's a good one to keep in. Is Teen's identity revealed? We don't know if that's going to be like the second to last episode or the last. Is there a Mephisto reference? Why not? This one we're definitely keeping. The fill of the blank, obviously. Yeah, so the only thing we could possibly like replace, I would say, is does Rio show up? We'll just get rid of it. I don't think we need another one. Yeah, maybe I'll think on it this week. If I think of a new one to add, that's cool. We'll go with it. All right, let me make the form. All right, I'm going over and copying that and putting it in the details for the video now. And I'm also going over to my Discord and I'm putting that in the Agatha all along spoiler section. So you guys will have that to actually go ahead and do this. Make this smaller for a second. All right, make sure this works. Looks like it does. Go back in here. That's the one I want. Need this a little bit bigger. All right. First thing, put in your name. I'm going to fill my eye out now for you guys. Is anybody here watching along live? Did I lose you guys taking a week off? All right. So as Wanda mentioned, you know, we got like a little strange interaction from Rio with Agatha last week when she said like he's not your son or he's not your baby, something like that. I think they're gonna flirt with talking about it again. It seems like Teen wants to talk about it more. So I'm gonna go with yes. I think maybe it happens this week. Is it human character killed? I'm gonna go with yes here too. Just because one of the trailers I saw, Rio was there saying like they're dropping like flies. So I think eventually it's gonna happen. Is teen speech sizzled, censored? Sure, why not? We'll go with it again. Being optimistic this week. I'll stick with no on the Westview Citizen one. Do we get a reference parody human? This is a gimme. Like if you guys check out the trailer, you'll see like it looks like we're getting an Exorcist reference from this one. Do we see the Salem 7? I'm gonna go with no. Darkhold mentioned. No idea. I'm gonna go with no though. Jimmy Woo, no. Witch use his or her powers? I'll say yes. Maybe Rio does something. Is there a flashback? Let's go with yeah. I don't think we have one yet. Teen's identity reveal? Say no. Mephisto? Say no. Does Star Wars Santa beat Nerd Mafia Sleep? Probably. All right, now for the fill in the blank, we did water, fire. Just trying to get an idea of what's left for these witches, like who's gonna be up. Got a feeling like one of them's just gonna get like possessed or something like that. Something weird. Just like who do we have left? It's gonna get messed with. Say something wild. You know what? Say Teen gets possessed. Why not, right? Then boom, submit. And yeah, that's it, guys. My predictions are set. If you're playing along too, get yours in. I'll like I said, it's in the Discord and it's in this video description now. You can click in there and go ahead and work it. Not looking like we got a lot of interaction tonight. I don't know if I did something weird or just caught you guys at a bad time. So at least you got this video to just kind of do the replay on and check out where everything stands. I'll keep it short just because of that, just so you guys can run through it and check things out. And hopefully I can get my crap together and figure out some more fun things to do here going forward. Get a little bit more action on this channel for you guys. All right, but oh, and I actually got to get on that merch too. Start creating that. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in if you did, or if you're watching the replay. It's been real. Check out Agatha tomorrow night, the Penguin on Sunday. And let's see who comes out on top in these predictions. All right. I'm out.